boys and girls and mummies and daddies, how are we all doing today? I hope all of you are doing amazing. Today I have a fantastic story. It is called Sinbad the Sailor. But before the story, we have to sing the story time song. Are you ready? It's story time today. It's story time today. Hey ho, it's story time. Let's be on our way. Are you listening? Are you listening? Hey ho, it's story time and let's be on our way. Are you sitting down? Are you sitting down? Hey ho, it's story time and let's be on our way. Good job, boys and girls. Hundreds of years ago in the land of Persia, there lived a poor young porter. Boys and girls, do you know what porters do? They helped the rich and wealthy people carry their bags from place to place. Well, the poor young porter, he worked for his master, who lived in a beautiful mansion. This mansion was so beautiful that it had big windows, and it always sparkled whenever the sun shone in. Boys and girls, let's all sparkle together. Let's put our hands up and sparkle this way, and sparkle that way, and sparkle all around. Good job, boys and girls. Well, this mansion was so beautiful. They had big, colorful gardens with all sorts of flowers. In this beautiful garden, they had red roses and pink peonies. What other flowers do you think they had? Well, they had so many flowers. And this mansion was so beautiful that the master always ate on the gold and silver plate. Boys and girls, let's all take a golden plate out and let's all eat together. Num 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 num. Num 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 num. Num 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 num. Good job, boys and girls. All day and all night, the poor young porter worked for the rich master, and he always carried his bags from place to place. And the poor young porter, he was surrounded by all of these riches, but he could not have any of them. So he wondered to himself, I wish I could be a rich man like my master. If I could be a rich man, I'd have so many things. I'd buy myself a beautiful mansion with sparkling windows, colorful gardens, and I would always eat on a gold and silver plate. At that very moment, the poor young porter, he heard a voice. Boy, I used to be a poor man like you. But this did not happen overnight. I worked very hard for this. The poor young porter, he recognized his voice. It was the master. And he was so ashamed and so embarrassed that he quickly got onto his knees and he apologized to the master. Porter, stand up. Don't go on your knees. Would you like to know my secret? Boys and girls, do you want to know the master's secret? So the master sat down with the poor young porter and he said, long ago, he was no master. He was just a young boy named Sinbad. And his mother and his father, they were one of the richest people in the land of Persia. So, young Sinbad, he did not have to worry about anything. All day and all night, Sinbad, he would play his drum like this. Boys and girls, when I play the drum like this, I would like you to clap your hands like this. Are you ready, boys and girls? Good job, boys and girls. So Sinbad, he always loved to play with his drum like this. Good Good job, boys and girls! But one day, Sinbad's mother and father, they were lost at sea, and Sinbad was told that they were never going to come back. So Sinbad, he was left with lots and lots of gold and silver coins. What is Sinbad going to do with so many coins? So Sinbad, he spent it. He spent it on food, he spent it on diamonds, and he even spent it on lots and lots of fancy clothes just to show off how rich he was. A long time had passed, and Sinbad realized that he lost all of his money. He had no more money to buy food, no more money to buy diamonds, and no more money to buy fancy clothes. So he decided that he would take all of his belongings, his diamonds and his fancy clothes, and sell them at the market that was near the beach. So Sinbad, he walked and he walked and he walked towards the beach. And right there, he saw ships. And these ships, the sails, they were flapping in the wind. He could see the ocean spreading far and wide. And he could smell the fresh ocean breeze. At that very moment, Sinbad knew he wanted to explore the world. He realized that there were so many things that he had not discovered yet. So Sinbad, he walked up to a ship with beautiful, bright, yellow sails. Ahoy, sailors! My name is Sinbad, and I would like to explore the world. Can I join your ship? Sinbad then climbed onto a ship, and he met all the sailors. And Sinbad and his sailors, they started to sail and sail and sail. And they stopped at every island to eat all sorts of delicious fruit. Sailing through the ocean, we're not afraid, we're not afraid. We're seeing all the islands and eating all the fruit. We're sailing through the ocean and we're not afraid. Boys and girls, let's all sing that song together. Are you ready? We're sailing through the ocean, we're not afraid, we're not afraid. We're seeing all the islands and eating all the fruit. We're sailing through the ocean, we're not afraid. Good job, boys and girls. One day, Sinbad, he found this beautiful island. He had never seen an island so beautiful before. And on that island, he found a strange bird. He had never seen a bird like this before. This bird had a long blue body with big eyes and beautiful feathers that were shaped out like a fan. Boys and girls, do you know what kind of animal this is? That's right, it is a peacock. So Sinbad, he continued to explore this beautiful island. And Sinbad's tummy growled. He was getting hungry. So Sinbad looked up to the trees and he found this fruit. It was red. So when Sinbad, he plucked it from the tree and he ate it. It was juicy and crunchy. Boys and girls, do you know what kind of fruit this is? It is called a jambu fruit. Yum, 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 yum. It was so delicious. So Sinbad, he continued to explore this island, and right over there, he saw a frog. He had never seen a frog so big before. Boys and girls, have you ever seen a frog this big before? And Sinbad, he was so tired and he wanted to rest. So Sinbad, he decided to make a bonfire. He picked up a stick from the ground, put it on top of another piece of wood, and he started rubbing the stick together, like this. Boys and girls, let's all rub our hands together. Are you ready? Can we go faster? Can you feel your hands getting warmer? At that very moment, a flame sparked and there was warmth for everyone. Then Sinbad, he heard a low rumbling sound. Boys and girls, let's all stomp our feet on the ground. Then the sound became louder. Boys and girls, let's pat our knees. And then Sinbad, he heard a very loud sound. Roar! And the ground started to shake, and Sinbad, he was losing his balance. And there, Sinbad, he saw a tail. And the tail was splashing up and down and all around. We are not on an island. We are on a gigantic whale. Sailors, get back on the ship. And all the sailors, they were running and running and running towards the ship. The sailors, they all climbed onto the ship. But at that very moment, the whale dove deep down into the water. But oh no! Sinbad, he was still on the whale, and he was holding his breath, and he did not know what to do. Sinbad, he saw a big log, and he swam towards the log and grabbed it. Then the log brought him to the surface of the water. Woohoo! Did anybody see that? That wasn't an island, it was a gigantic whale. But nobody was there. So Sinbad, he looked left, he looked right, he looked all around. The ship had left without him, and he was all by himself in the middle of the ocean. But even though he was alone, Sinbad, he was a brave young man, and he knew there was only one thing he had to do. So he started to swim. Swimming through the ocean, swimming through the ocean. I'm not afraid, I'm not afraid. We're seeing so much water, there's only water. Swimming through the ocean, and I'm not afraid. Boys and girls, let's sing that song together. Are you ready? Swimming through the ocean, swimming through the ocean. I'm not afraid, I'm not afraid. Seeing so much water, there's only water. Swimming through the ocean, and I'm not afraid. Good job, boys and girls. So Sinbad, he swam and he swam and he swam, and he was so tired. But there, in the distance, he saw an island, and he knew that he could rest there. So he got up all of his energy, and he swam and he swam and he swam, and he fell onto the ground. He closed his eyes and fainted. After some time, Sinbad woke up. He heard noises, and there were people surrounding him. They were shaking him. They were slapping his face. They were pouring water all over his face, and they were asking so many questions. Who are you? What are you doing here? Are you all right? My name is Sinbad, and I am a sailor. I sailed for many days and many nights, and I found this beautiful island. But it wasn't an island. It was a gigantic whale, and it dove deep down into the ocean, and I was lost at sea by myself, without a ship, without my sailors. So I swam and I swam and I swam until I found this island. The people of the island, they were so amazed. They'd never heard a story like that. We should bring him to the king. So the people of the island, they brought Sinbad to the king, and Sinbad shared his story. Well done, Sinbad. What an amazing story. I believe that luck must be on your side, as no man would be lucky enough to live long enough to tell this tale. Since you are so lucky, How about you work for me at my port as the head merchant? Sinbad agreed to work with the king, and there Sinbad, he saw all sorts of ships coming in from different parts of the world. He even met lots and lots of people, and he always shared his story about the gigantic whale. A long time had passed, and Sinbad, he started to miss his home. He longed to return, and every night Sinbad looked up to the stars and wished for him to find the ship so that he could go back home. And the next day, Sinbad saw a ship, and the ship had bright, beautiful yellow sails. That is my ship! I can finally go back home! Friends, sailors, hello! But before he could leave, he had to say goodbye to the king and to all of the people of the island. Boys and girls, let's say goodbye to the king. Let's say goodbye to the people of the island. And then Sinbad, he climbed onto his ship, and he continued to sail and sail and sail back home, stopping at every island to eat all sorts of delicious fruit. Boys and girls, let's sing that song together. Are you ready? Sailing through the ocean, sailing through the ocean, we're not afraid, we're not afraid. We're seeing all the islands, eating all the fruit, sailing through the ocean, and we're not afraid. Good job, boys and girls. Sinbad finally reached back home, and with all of his gold coins and silver coins, he built himself a beautiful mansion with big, sparkling windows, colorful gardens, and he always ate on the gold and silver plate. So, daughter, that was the story of Sinbad. I worked very, very hard for all of this. It did not happen overnight. I actually went on 7 adventures, and this was the first one. But that is a story for another day. Thank you so much, boys and girls, for listening to the story of Sinbad the Sailor. I hope you really enjoyed yourself. But before we go, we have to sing the goodbye song. Are you ready? Story time is over now. Story time is over now. Story time is over now. It's time to say goodbye. Goodbye, friends, it's time to go. Goodbye, friends, it's time to go. Goodbye, friends, it's time to go. It's time to say goodbye. Don't forget to watch all of our other storytelling videos on our YouTube channel and follow us on our social media platforms on Facebook and Instagram at Storytelling Center SG. Hope to see you again very soon. Bye!